Gaon Rabbi Shmuel Mohaliver, Rabbi of Hibbat Tzion, the lovers of Zion. He was born in the city of Holveki, near Vilna, to a rabbinic family. It is said that by the age of 8, he had mastered many Talmudic subjects and had rapidly earned the title of the Holveki Ilui. Even at the Volozhin Yeshiva, where the best Lithuanian scholars studied, the young prodigy stood out, and at the age of 18 and a half, after only 6 months at the yeshiva, he was ordained as a rabbi. For a number of years, he engaged in commerce because he did not want to become a professional rabbi. He responded nevertheless to the request of his fellow townspeople to serve as the rabbi of the township of his birth, and accepted the appointment when he was just 24 years old. The cities of Shaki, Suwalki, and Radom were following stages in the rabbi's career. The residents of Radom, most of them Hasidim, quickly realized that the Misnagid rabbi supported the integration of the study of Torah and the sciences, and also the immigration of Jews to the land of Israel. It was not long before the members of the Radom community found themselves committed to the idea of the return to the land of Israel, first through donations and later with practical support for establishment of settlements. His reputation as an interpreter of Jewish law and his greatness in Torah brought the residents of Bialystok, one of the largest communities in Russia, to offer him the position of rabbi, even though they were aware that their rabbi would not limit himself to the affairs of their community alone. Later, they would say, "Our rabbi is the rabbi of all the people of Israel, and sometimes also of Bialystok." He was totally dedicated to the Zionist enterprise. A prophetic builder. When Rabbi Mohaliver first became interested in the land of Israel, there were already Jewish farmers there, individual dreamers. The national awakening that swept through Europe in the 18th century did not pass the Jewish people by. It encouraged the appearance of the heralds of Zionism, but they introduced only the ideas, not a concrete plan for its realization. The rabbi understood that no redemption would result just from ideas, and with a personal fervor which allowed him no rest, he created a program of great daring and called for a change in reality to bring about the redemption. Contrary to most of his generation, Rabbi Mohaliver did not remain a theoretician. He set up the first Hibbat Tzion society, following which tens of other similar societies were established. Money was needed for the venture to succeed. The rabbi traveled among Jews of affluence. After a long journey packed with disappointments, he came to Paris and managed to recruit Baron Rothschild for the enterprise of Jewish settlement in the land of Israel. And the rest is history. At that same meeting, the rabbi and the baron agreed on a plan to recruit a group of Jews to make Aliyah to the land of Israel and set up an exemplary mosheva, agricultural settlement. The mosheva of Ekron, or Maskeret Batya, was the outcome. The rabbi used every possible opportunity to call on Jews to immigrate to the land of Israel. He served as honorary president of the Katowice Conference, the gathering which united Hibbat Tzion societies from all over Europe. He headed the first Hibbat Tzion delegation to the land of Israel to check out the situation of the first moshevot. On this trip he declared, "The Holy One, blessed be He, wants His children to settle in their land, even if they do not keep the Torah properly, more than He wants them to live overseas and observe it properly." This was a far-reaching and courageous statement for those days. When Herzl ascended the stage of history, the fruits of Rabbi Mohaliver's work were visible on the ground. Herzl sought the support and help of the rabbi, and the rabbi became an indispensable part of the Zionist movement. The rabbi did not participate in the first Congress in Basel because of ill health, but he sent his grandson to read out a letter of greetings from him. Our Torah, the source of our life, must be the foundation for our rebirth in the land of our fathers. He further wrote, "The sons of Zion live amongst themselves in love and perfect brotherhood, even though their opinions differ on matters between man and God." When he reached the age of 70, Hibbat Tzion planted Gan Shmuel, the Garden of Shmuel, a plantation of etrogim near Hadera. Until his death, the rabbi was active on behalf of the movement among Russian Jewry, which mobilized for the new movement. The remnants of my strength and of the last moments of my life are for my people and my country, he said, and he was not referring to Russia. This man saw far ahead the first political Zionist. Historians, in hindsight, can determine which events changed the course of history. The meeting between Rabbi Mohaliver and Baron Rothschild was without doubt such an event. With the wisdom of hindsight, one can say that Rabbi Mohaliver was himself the change. A rabbi great in Torah who went against the stream, giving complete and unreserved support to shortening the exile and advancing the redemption. He is the catalyst of change in the course of history. The writings of Rabbi Mohaliver, his innovations, sermons, and responsa were destroyed and burned in the pogroms of Bialystok some 8 years after his death. But even from the pages which remained, one can learn of his teachings. The rabbi supported the study of the physical sciences in addition to religious studies, and he advocated learning a profession and productive work. Today, this sounds obvious, but in his day, it was going against the current. In the political arena, the rabbi worked for international recognition of the return of the Jewish people to its land, and thereby became the first political Zionist, a title accorded to him by Herzl. In the sphere of human relations, his motto was peace and love, long before it became a brand name. The foundation of the whole Torah is peace and love. His teaching focused on tolerance, and he opposed factionalism and disputes between the various segments of the people. The Jewish people is divided into different parties, and they do not debate with each other calmly and in a relaxed mode. Each is distinct in his opinions from the other, and what one opts for, the other will reject, and no one is concerned for the people as a whole. Rabbi Mohaliver viewed the unity of the people as a necessary condition for the success of the Zionist enterprise, and emphasized that we have to desist from argument and quiet strife. In a letter he wrote 2 days before he died, and was seen as his will, it is stated, "Yes, dear brethren, there is much work ahead of us, and we have to labor and toil without tiring, incessantly. We have to work shoulder to shoulder, without schism, in total love and perfect harmony." These statements, wonderful in their time, are no less true today. Would that we will be able to implement the philosophy of Rabbi Mohaliver, the great and heroic rabbi, still in our times. And let us say Amen. The scholar Rabbi Shmuel Mohaliver, may the memory of the righteous be for a blessing, was one of the great heroes of Israel, an invigorating spirit, full of daring and life, looking with deep vision at the salvation of Israel in clear, concrete terms. For the exiles of Israel who will return to the land of Israel, which will be more advanced, to its mountains and hills, its riverbeds and ravines, which will flourish in all their radiance and glory. And for the splendor of heroes and magnificence of holy ones who will together light up the generation of our children in the land of hope and rebirth. On Rabbi Mohaliver by Rabbi Avraham Yitzchak HaKohen Kook.